So when you have a jab, because this segment is basically all about the jab, how will you handle the jab? So what happened is when you step in with this thing, we brought up and did a poll, and the poll basically was sharing with everyone how we typically ask our audiences. And this was the poll. We ask our audience right here, how much you stop a consistent jab, a jab that's constant, right? And so the answers were slip it. And I'm going to see if any of you can catch this. You can slip it. You can block it. I think the answer was, hold on. It was backpedal. So the second answer was backpedal. The other answer was weave. Okay. So you can slip it, you can backpedal, you can block it, or you can weave. All right. Obviously, the mass number of the people who said this said slip, right? And so what we do is we try to find out what you think. What is your actual boxing IQ? You see, there's an operative word in the question. And this is where most people don't understand about boxing. Like, boxing is textbook. There are rules and laws to all boxing. And I knew that. So that's why the first 10 years of me being a coach, it was about me unlearning everything that I thought I knew. And that's probably you. And even if you're coaching and working with world champion or pro fighters, I mean, when you're working with pro fighters, you just think you know because you're there. But that's just the beginning of your journey. So the answer isn't slipping. The answer isn't blocking. And the answer is not weaving. The operative word is constant. You can't constantly stand there and block because that means you're standing still. You can't just stand there and slip because that means you're sitting duck for the right hand. And you cannot weave because you're going to burn your thighs out and you're going to be set up for the uppercut. A 1-5, boom, you're out of there. Good night, sweet prince. So the key word was constant. So in order to change and take away that jab, you have to get on your back feet and you have to take it away because it's constant. This isn't my rule. This is the rule of boxing. And so some of you are probably new. Who cares? I love you anyway. I want you guys to understand this sport. And then we're going to take you and show you a segment about how this actually looks when you're getting on your back foot. And we're going to go directly into how to press through that jab. But when you're getting on your back feet, what you're getting the guy, what's happening to the other guys, now he's not trying to just jab you. He's just trying to catch up and try to find a punch. And that stimulates frustration. That stimulates bad choices. And that stimulates the third reason why fighters lose fights. EQ. He slips on a banana peel because he's emotionally involved, because now he visually can see you're not trying to exchange. But lo and behold, little does he know, you're just trying to get him frustrated. And so that's why you use the back pedal. No other reason. Not because you're scared, not because you don't want to engage. It's because you want him to get outside of his comfort zone, and then you're going to break him down to his very last compound. Now, here's the thing. It's all about strategy, right? So strategy is going to take him and position him to want to do the next best thing, which is what? What is the next thing he's going to want to do? He's going to want to fight. So he's going to throw punches with more reckless abandon. When he starts to get away from his actual jab, that's where you have better chance to rake him. And here's how you close the gap when a fighter is throwing the constant jab, like we just said here on the poll. The poll will show you this, that 90% of the people who take the poll, yeah, that kind of includes you by default, don't know boxing. But we are here to make sure you actually understand what the Bible says. And so when you're going to fight against a guy who has a monster jab and you can't get inside of it, and his name is 𝗿𝗏, and he steadily pumps this thing, and he has the height advantage, he has the length advantage, and he has the actual power. If he hits you with them hands, you're going to see buzz. Okay. That's what I was saying. So what do? Here's how you handle closing the distance on a guy. You're going to see different variables when it comes to closing it. So I'm going to put you into a 4-minute segment. So this is a segment specifically out of our actual teaching. This breakdown is really going to give you enlightenment. So enjoy this. I'll be back in a second, and enjoy this. We want to thank you for taking the time to improve your skill set. And what we're going to teach you here is how to actually use these skills and styles to close the gap on your opposition, because most people have a lot of trouble closing the gap, getting stuck outside and getting beat up from the outside. And when you can't close the gap, that means you cannot get close enough to let your hands go. Once you take the lessons here, you're going to understand that there are a variation of ways to close the gap, but you have to actually practice this. And one you're going to find in this segment here is we're going to take techniques that we built off of our peekaboo. And this will help you understand that there are 3 facets that have to all operate together. First is the mind. Second is the upper torso. So you're going to learn how to move that using the base and getting inside the shots, avoiding hooks and overhands so that you can get to the bread basket. And this lesson will help you have more confidence. Now, you have to remember that you must exercise it enough. So that's one thing that we hang our hat on. We make sure that you understand how long you have to do these drills before you're comfortable inside of the ring. So we're going to start off using the head slip ball, and that slip ball is going to give you just the necessary navigation that you're going to need to get to that guy and get used to developing the trunk so that you can make these moves. And we don't have to look like Mike Tyson, but we do have to look like you. So take these drills that are going to show you exactly how to close the gap using your upper torso and knowing exactly how to fixate your eyes on the opposition. There's a bevy of drills that we're going to give you guys, and this is our gift to you, because one thing's for sure, the more you know and understand how to do it, the more likely you are to actually become a real student of the game and execute the sport of boxing like it should be.